Alrighty, we had a look at Dangun Feveron. So this is again M2 shot triggers cave game on the PlayStation 4, running on the PS5. As you can see, so 29 milliseconds across 32 trials, fairly good. It's a bit more lumpy than other games I've tested, and indeed looking at the input lag, might even be a touch worse than that. So it looks as though that one's a touch higher, these two are a touch higher, that one's a touch higher. If we look at the actual animations, so normally nothing, there is a command history here, it didn't seem to work. It didn't seem to pick up on many of my inputs, so I don't know whether you just have to hold them longer than 2 frames before it will register, but that didn't really help us, so I didn't use that. I shall just check. Yeah, so I'd done a typo here expecting the command history to work, and then I had to go back and edit that. So this one's a little bit obscured, but you can see the gunshot coming out here, and then kind of a, I guess, almost a figure of 8 type thing here, or kind of 2-part. And so most of the time, you'll see fairly consistently that's what happens. The only thing to note, and I'll just have to scan through until I see it, shouldn't be too hard. So sometimes it looks like the shooting skips a frame, or it just goes straight to that kind of fancier version. So this is frame 786, which should be about here or so. So it's not as though it's one of the ones that jumped out, but it looks like it's just skipped ahead one. You know, we take that as the first time you can see a shooting animation. From memory there are a couple more. But yeah, so not quite, it's almost, and I mean, I wonder, sometimes there's one there behind the score, and this, well, this is where I've powered up, but even with the powered up, it looked, so one might have been a bit further ahead. Yeah, that one. So I just wonder sometimes, are these games that didn't necessarily run at exactly 60 frames per second, that are output at 60 frames per second, and so they're dropping some frames or something like that. Don't know, but it's not quite perfect. Anyway, I'll play through all of the ones that were used in our calculation, and then I will play the video and get out of here.